Still not working. Okay, that's better.
Good to be here.
It's yet another Friday here. We're glad to have you here. Hope the traffic didn't bog you down too bad. I saw a parking lot on I-40 when I drove over it.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Good.
Well, that's good. It cleaned
There's
up.
Sure, no parking in town. I had to park over at the deck and.
How about that?
Big
Yeah,
giant
the
mountain.
parking was harder to figure out.
Yeah.
But you made it. You're here, all relaxed and ready to go. Got a guitar in your hand, a harmonica on a harness.
Yeah.
Can you jump into a song for us?
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Cocaine eyes won't leave me alone. It's 4:30 and I still ain't stoned. Bring me nothing but misery. Oh, cocaine girl. Cocaine's for horses, not women and men. All the water from the well. And then they tell you go back again. Those gone can girl. Girl from the alley comes knocking at my door. Doctor swore not to sell her anymore. Dressed all in red with undad's 44. Those cocaine Cocaine nights won't leave me alone. It's 4:30 and I still ain't stoned. Bring me nothing but misery. Oh, cocaine girl. Oh, cocaine girl.
Yes, sir. That is a good way to kick off a Friday evening live stream.
All right, everybody. We are here with Marshall Sidbury, and you can learn all about Marshall's interesting past at Marshall with two L's, SIDBURY.com. Marshall, where do you hail from?
Well, I was born in New Mexico, around Los Alamos area, and I lived in Santa Fe for a while as a kid, and then kind of from there, just all over really. Ended up here in North Carolina, living in Durham.
Nice. So how'd you find Durham?
I'm not even sure really.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, I think I came out here with an old girlfriend. Yeah.
Well, Durham is a fine place to land.
Yeah, and that didn't.
And to leave your old
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
But yeah, I liked Durham, so I ended up staying.
Yeah, there's plenty of new girlfriends to be had in Durham.
There is scariness downtown in Durham. I drove by the Durham Arts Council right there at 5 Points, and there used to be this thing called the South Bank where we would have the food court for Durham Centerfest.
Oh, yeah.
And South Bank is in a big pile of rubble.
It's gone now.
It was shocking. I mean, they just can't stop now in downtown Durham. So, it's but it is a vibrant place. A lot of people living down there. Are you downtown or on the periphery?
I'm east of downtown.
Good.
Yeah, just a few miles east of there. Aren't they building like a big skyscraper on that property?
They're building everything. Like you're in an
7
area that
stories or
is
something.
quickly transitional right now.
Oh, yeah.
They're
They
building
affectionately
all the
call it
things.
mixed use.
Yeah.
Which means rich people and
Yeah.
rich
Right.
shops.
Yeah.
But Durham, you got to give them credit. It's remember at one point it was a ghost town, really.
Yeah.
Back around 1970, 75. So it's
Man, even like 10 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really transformed. Downtown Durham is just a cool place to hang out. There's all kinds of wonderful restaurants, wonderful nightlife. If you walk around just within the inner loop there, that's where Kirk Ridge's group did Centerfest.
Yeah.
And it was just a fantastic downtown.
We're starting to talk about Centerfest. We didn't have the last 2 years. We're talking about Centerfest. I just started talking this week about this fall Centerfest. So we don't want to get distracted by that, but more about that as we move into the spring. But we're here to listen to Marshall to as much of your fine music as we can. So what do you have for us next?
All right. I'll do this is a new song. This is, I guess, the premiere of this song.
We love those.
You like those world premieres?
Yeah, it's called It's Too Late. I was born in Hell's Kitchen while my dad was doing the bed. If you had any weakness, you had to keep it hid. So I learned to fight before I could read. You got to be quick and see behind you in the street. I found you in Brooklyn in the rain, you were crying. As the light was dying, there was a three-legged dog by the fish market door. He was a friend of junkies and hoes. Now it's too late, yeah, it's too late. It's too late for me. It's too late, yeah, it's too late. It's too late for me. Well, it said make it look good and go down in two. And then slip me something when I refused. My hands were shaking and I couldn't see straight. When I threw in the towel, there was nothing else to take. It's too late, yeah, it's too late. It's too late for me. It's too late, yeah, it's too late. It's too late for me. Fell asleep in my car down by the port. You try to come back, but you're coming up short. I got yourself crossed, I saved it for you. Sometimes you come to terms with the best you can do. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late for me. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late for me. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late for me.
But is it though? Marshall, I wonder what your musical influences are. I'm kind of feeling some bluesy, hard times kind of stuff going on there.
Yeah. I like a lot of that old blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I tend to like stuff from, I don't know, the first half of the 20th century, or maybe like up to like the 70s, maybe. But I don't know,
Right
stuff.
up until disco came, and then
I was going to say right up until Dylan went electric.
Oh yeah, Dylan. I love Dylan. He's probably my favorite songwriter.
well, Marshall, back home in New Mexico, was there much music in the house?
Not so much in the house, but it was all around. There was a lot of cowboy music and a lot of music, Mexican kind of music around the border.
And when did you get your first
Corridors.
guitar?
I don't really remember. Probably around 9 or 10. I
No
guess.
kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
So to that extent, your folks influenced you, unless you stole your first guitar. Not
It has been done.
No, my folks did get me my first guitar.
nice.
Yeah. So
Well, that's a nice. That's a Martin, right? Headstock's
is.
covered up. And how long have you had that?
I just got this one maybe 6 months ago. It's a Shenandoah. I don't know if you ever heard of those. It was kind of a
I don't know it.
short-lived thing they did in like the 80s. It's not like a
Sounds real good.
solid body, but
Yeah.
It's got a great look to it, and it sounds great.
It really does. I like how it sort of framed itself. It's nice.
yeah, I wasn't sure about it when I got it. I've always played Guild acoustic guitars,
Oh yeah.
and then I got this, and I haven't really touched my Guild in a few months. I mean, I still love that guitar, but yeah, I've been enjoying this one a lot.
Well, that's what you got to do is find the guitar that makes you happy, or makes you want to keep playing.
Yeah.
And we talk about that a lot here on Pass the Hat. Is that folks tend to find guitars that sound good with their voice, that have the sound that they want to hear.
Right.
And so a lot of folks, the big joke is everyone has to buy a guitar every day. And why do you need to have 14 different tunings when you can have 14 different guitars in different tunings? But,
I like that.
But ultimately, you land on even the folks who have 387 guitars, they land on the one that they like.
Yeah. That's kind of what I like about the Guild. It's kind of got a darker sound overall than this Martin or most of the Martins I've played. I don't have a lot of experience playing Martins, but they always seem to be brighter than my Guild.
Oh yeah, they're reasonably bright and a little bit boomy.
Yeah.
It's nice, though, that once you get a little tired of one, you pick up the other one, you get re-inspired. Sometimes
Exactly.
a new song will come out of that, like the one we just heard.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, what do we have next?
I'll do one called Slow Moving Train.
Bob, you want me to open the window? It's about the time for the slow-moving train to
Yeah,
come
we need
through
about
Hillsborough.
7 more minutes, and then we'll be hearing the whistle.
Nice. Yeah, I live about a quarter mile from the railroad tracks
Nice.
in Durham, so we hear a lot of train whistles, a lot of trains rumbling through, and they have inspired some songs.
I was over at Nash Street Tavern yesterday, which used to be the Whistle, which used to be the depot because it was Hillsborough's depot on the rail line. And I was sitting there talking to somebody, and I just stopped talking because I looked over, and there was a pickup truck driving down the railroad tracks. And not just some good old boy decided he was going to go down the railroad tracks, but it was one of these big things with flashing lights, but it was a pickup truck. And I
Like
immediately
bouncing up and down on the.
Well, no, they have these little levers that drop down, and they have like railroad wheels that ride on the tracks.
Yeah,
Cool.
they get on the tracks.
Yeah. And I just immediately said, I want one.
Yeah, right.
Everyone needs one of those. Okay, I'm sorry. I was doing that while you were tuning up. You're ready to play now.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it. There's a slow moving train coming around the bend. There's a light shining through the dark of the night. There's a slow moving train climbing up the hill. It's pulling gravel, babe. It's pulling iron too. The sun is going down on a cruel, cruel world, and the only resting place for me is a cold ground. There's a slow moving train breathing soft and low. If it's going as I wouldn't know. The sun is going down on a cruel, cruel world, and the only resting place for me is a cold ground. There's a slow moving train coming around the bend. There's a light shining through the dark of the night. The sun is going down on a cruel world, and the only resting place for me is the cold ground. Yeah, cold ground.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I dig that song. Marshall Sidbury here on Pass the Hat. You can learn more at marshallsidbury.com. Marshall has 2 L's in it. And while you're out there, get out there and read the bio because the guy's gotten around and done all kinds of fun things. But Marshall, you've got at least 1 LP out, and folks can get out to your website and buy it or stream it.
Yeah, yeah. It's available on Bandcamp for purchase. There's actually two. There's one that came out last year called Late Eclipses, and then one came out in 2020 called Sundown. And hopefully there'll be another one out by the end of the year.
Oh,
Excellent. And the two that are out, they can get on Bandcamp.
Yeah, yeah.
So y'all get out to Bandcamp, buy it. You could go out to marshallsidbury.com and click the stream button and stream it, but that's not nearly as cool. Buy it. Support your local musicians. And if you're feeling a little bit scant right now and you will have money in 2 weeks, it will be Bandcamp Friday again, where Bandcamp waives all of its fees and pays 100% of the revenue to the artist. So April 1st will be the next Bandcamp Friday. That is a good time to get out there and buy those Marshall Sidbury CDs.
And until then, do you have, now we're starting out and doing real gigs again. Do you have any gigs coming up?
Yeah, I do. Thanks for asking. March 27th.
That's next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Sunday afternoon. I think it's 3 to 6. I'll be at Bowstring Brew Yard in Raleigh.
Sweet.
And I'll have my band with me, so I'll be playing solo a little bit, and we'll do a band set. And hopefully it'll be nice weather. Hang out outside.
Yeah, over this pandemic, breweries and wineries, I think, helped save live music because they have all these big outdoor spaces and built-in infrastructure. And half the people I know have been playing at breweries and wineries.
Right.
It's good stuff.
Absolutely.
And this band, is this a band that you assembled here in Durham? Are these people you've known for a while?
Yeah. The drummer, I guess I've been playing with the longest, but not a super long time. Maybe since like 2017. He lives in Durham as well. I got a great keyboard player who plays a lot around here named Chris Whitenack. Great bass player. John Wolk's played in a bunch of bands around here for years, but I've only been playing with him for about a year. And the drummer John Holt, he's a great drummer too. So yeah.
Well, I can hear these songs with a full band. I think
Can't you?
it'd
Definitely.
be pretty exciting.
Thanks. Yeah, and we have a couple more shows. There's one in April. One in April at where are we in April? I believe it's at Nash Street Tavern.
Oh, that's just right down the road. You can walk there from here.
Yeah.
Well, we've got you live here right now, and I think people want to hear some more of this music.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
No, I do.
Well, I mean, that's why it came out today.
Right.
Yeah.
Harmonica out here real quick. But yeah, I'll be posting the gigs on the website soon. I don't think they're up there yet.
Yep, I just checked. You've got them filled out through 2021, but nothing in 2022 yet. So folks need to know this.
Yeah. You need to get on that.
And the world seems to be opening up a little bit. The clubs with live music are filling up with people. I found that out this week when I went out for the first time in, I think, 2 years, and there were people out there. And it was weird actually meeting people's gaze eye to eye, which I hadn't done in 2 years, except
seeing
for
their faces
the
in
few
some
folks here in the studio.
situations,
Say, oh, you have a chin.
Right.
What a nice chin that is.
So mine's hidden anyway, so
Yeah, built-in mask.
yeah. All right, this one's called "Hang Your Head."
Yay. That's some sweet harmonica playing on that song, too. And in the first one you played, I'm wondering, do you have any advice to give to any budding wannabe harmonica players?
Well, I guess mine would be play some harmonica for like a year or two, and then don't do it for like 15 years, and then you come back to it, and like you'll be able to do it better than you did before.
We call
That's
that
what I
the
did.
Marshall Sidbury method.
But you can't just people out there. You can't just buy one harmonica, and you've got to become.
They're keyed,
They're
right?
in different keys, right?
They are, yeah, and they're a bit fickle. You know, it's like they're always getting stuck. The reeds are getting stuck, and
We've had people here who couldn't see very well and pulled the wrong key out and started playing, and
Yeah.
that's interesting.
oh yeah, yeah, I've done
Interesting.
that before on gigs.
So are they adjustable? Do you take them apart and pull the reeds out and clean them, or you just throw it away and buy a new one?
I do that. I do take them apart and try and clean them out. It seems like after a while they just kind of like they just get too dirty. and
Yeah, I
you have to
imagine
do
they
a new
get
one.
saliva in them, and it's kind
Yeah.
of caustic, and it just
Yeah,
slowly eats stuff away.
yeah, exactly.
Well, this is a wonderful after dinner conversation.
I once
You know
heard
what? You know what time it is.
Do people soak harps before they play?
Yeah. Like,
What is that?
I
There's
guess it
like videos
expands.
of like Neil Young doing that, like putting them in warm water. And I've tried it. It does seem to give it a bit of a warmer sound.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it actually contributes to the corrosion. So I
Oh,
don't
yeah, I'm sure.
It
do
makes
too much.
it shortens the life of your harmonica. It's got to, because
Yeah.
it's all wood in there.
Well, everybody, we are enjoying our time with Marshall Sidbury, and but this is the top of the hour, and we are WHUP LP Hillsboro.
And support for Pass the Hat for this coming up hour of Pass the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthew's Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina. It's just fantastic, handmade, handcrafted chocolates, and Marshall is reaching over to grab, if you're watching the live stream, Matthew custom makes one of these bars every Friday afternoon for our guests. That's a 1 pound custom made chocolate bar. It may actually have ingredients written on the back, and you can tell us what it is.
Dark chocolate, roasted almonds, candied orange peel, and crystallized ginger.
Oh man, that's going to be good. And it's airbrushed gold on the outside. It's not only super tasty. It's got the little WHUP microphone
Right,
on there.
yeah.
Kim Lane named that the whoopaphone. So it's Matthew. Not only does he make the best chocolate around and comes up with the best flavor profiles, but he's also a stickler for amazing art. So everything looks even better than it tastes. It's just a fantastic place. Y'all get over to Matthew's 104 North Churton Street. You will be glad that you did. Hey,
And
you're back.
I just needed some water. These warmer temperatures have got me totally dehydrated.
That's why you're going to Iceland.
Yes, because I just want to sit in a hot tub while it snows on me.
That does sound nice.
Yeah, it is. I'm excited.
All right.
But you know what I'm more
Send
excited
pictures.
about is about Marshall playing us more songs.
Yes. Marshall, this has been a fantastic half hour so far. We got another half hour of your great music.
Thanks.
Take it away.
All right. This one is called Last Plane to Baton Rouge. Midnight when I heard the news, I was thinking last I saw you, I told you I'd rather be friends, and I knew that you'd understand, but I always thought I'd see you again. Didn't notice how it would end. Sing one more time for the band on the last plane to Baton You always say when it's your time, it's your time. JoJo dreamed it last night. Did you think that you'd make the next show? Did you know how it would go? Sing it one more time for the band. On the last plane, Baton They took 2 sleeping pills and lay down while the girls danced all around. Just one more ride on the old Convair, and then you'll be riding inside. Did you think that you'd make the next show? Did you notice how it would go? Sing it one more time for the band. On the last plane to Baton Rouge. On the last plane to Baton Rouge.
Yes, sir.
I know who Marshall is making me think of now.
Who is that?
Well, I've had to listen to a few of your songs to get the vibe. Boxcar Willie.
I don't know who that is.
Boxcar Willie was an artist who made his debut in this country on the Gong Show,
Okay.
like a long time ago,
Yeah. Sounds
when
like
it
my
was
kind of
like
guy.
in black and white. And he was like he won a songwriting contest when he was younger. He got out of the military, and he created this persona. It was kind of this hobo persona. But I'm listening to your songs, and almost every song that you have sung has been about coming or going or the way that we get there.
Uh-huh.
And I was wondering why that. And do you ever sing songs about how we stay, or is it always how we go?
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I've never thought about that, but yeah, I can see that. I didn't realize they were all about that. Yeah,
I
don't know.
listen very carefully.
Kim Lane is a teacher, and she listens to these things very
Right.
carefully.
Yeah. I can see that. About staying, that is a good question. I don't. No, I don't. But you know what? That's a challenge for me. I should
Yeah.
do that.
Well, speaking of Boxcar Willie, do you ever yodel?
I don't. I wish I could.
What-
Wouldn't advise it.
Isn't that something Boxcar Willie did regularly? He threw in a little cowboy yodel every now and then.
He was wildly famous outside of this country.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And made a huge living. He bought a theater in Branson, Missouri, I think, and made a very good living.
Okay.
But yeah, he became a big deal here, but it was later in his life. But you have a similar vibe to him, which is interesting. It's not like extreme hobo like he was. It's but of a guy who's always on the go and going on his own terms, and that's intriguing to me because you're doing it in a way that people don't talk about anymore. The train and the slow moving nature of it, and now people are on the move in these different ways that we can't even see. Electronic and all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So I am interested to see what a staying song would sound like from you.
Yeah. That's a great challenge, and I'll take you up on that.
Right on. So we will see him here again in 6 months.
And he's going to be staying in Durham because Durham, people come to Durham and they just stick.
They do.
Yeah.
The good people
Durham
do
sticks
anyway.
to you.
Yeah. Maybe I could do a whole album of staying.
Staying
songs.
in Durham.
Oh, see?
Well, I don't know. And Bull Durham, what was her name? Anyway, she said.
Sarandon, Susan
Yeah,
Sarandon?
Susan Sarandon said nobody stays in Durham.
Well, she was wrong.
But that was back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then.
Before it was cool.
Marshall, we talked about when you got your first guitar, but we haven't talked about what inspired you to begin writing songs. Do you remember when that happened and why it happened?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of felt compelled to do it, I guess. I just loved, listening to music and, loved songs, and yeah, I was just like, I want to do that.
So when did it happen? Or do you even remember? Was it just something that was always there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was around that time when I was around maybe 10 years old or so, and got that first guitar. Yeah.
Well, your songs retain an authenticity, I think, and that's what Kim was alluding to also, which is so you haven't been tainted by worrying about how to write to a certain formula or how to please an audience they seem to come from within you. That's something we always love seeing here on the radio. And so do they come out all in a blast when you have a new song, or do you work with it for a while? How's that go?
Yeah, very few of them come out like that for me.
And as you're working them through, what sort of directions do you consciously try and like listen to your words, say, well, I like do different, or the story takes you in a different direction, or you have, like the chords, you want to add some different chords, or what happens? All those things?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of different, it depends. It's different a lot of times, sometimes it'll be chords or a phrase, kind of just like piece themselves together in a way, it's like come up with one piece and then it's like try and find another piece.
That's nice, because we have a lot of songwriters come in here and they're in a big hurry. They feel, I need to finish it while I'm sitting here, and to have the patience and trust in yourself and in your process to just let it evolve. That's what the creative process is all about. So that's nice to hear.
But maybe you answered and I was distracted. Do you start with a story that you want to tell? Or does the story happen as kind of you're finding a melody on the guitar and noodling around?
It kind of happens as the song
Curious.
develops,
Yeah.
I guess probably very few of my songs have a sort of a linear story, but just sort of sort of like scattered details, and I like the idea of kind of leaving it to the listener to kind of
Absolutely.
piece it together,
Yeah, those are the best songs that are just minimalist.
Yeah.
And people can, and it's unique to the person listening what it means.
Right.
Well, I know our listeners want to hear what's coming next.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody, we are streaming this on Facebook and other places, and that's archived. And Bob, remind people, because tell your friends this has been a really rewarding show and a lot
absolutely.
of fun. And so, how do they go and find the archive?
Oh, well, the live stream, you can find it on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and it's at WHUP Pass the Hat, WHUP Pass the Hat. Twitch is only there for 2 weeks, YouTube and Facebook for as long as those platforms exist, I suppose. And the audio, not the live stream, but the high-def audio is stored on the WHUP servers forever. So if you go out to WHUPFM.org, click on shows, scroll down to Pass the Hat, you will see an archive of the past 6 years of shows there by date. So the most recent one is on the top. And the past 3 or 4 of them don't have names. They just have the date, because I have to go in and edit them and put the names in, and I do those in batches. But just go find the date that you want or search on the name that you want, and you'll be able to listen.
Now, we've given you enough time to get another beer, and so, Marshall, if you'd be so kind.
Okay, yeah. When you were talking about leaving songs, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about this next one. It's another one.
You've got him self-conscious now, Kim Lane.
No, I make observations, and it tells people stories, right? And these stories
totally.
are good.
Oh, yeah.
So this one's called One of These Mornings. This is another newer one. It might make it on the album that I'm trying to put together this year. Who knows? Maybe it won't. I don't know. But anyway, it's called One of These Mornings. soldiers going back to San Antone. Seen a mangy dog chewing on an old jawbone. One of these mornings, and it won't be long, you're gonna call me, and I'll be gone. And they drove poor Thelma till she went stone blind. You keep on hollering while I'm on this flying. Try to keep me here for 17 years. I might go west, or my name might be clear. One of these mornings, and it won't be long, you're gonna call me, and I'll be gone. Looked at old Hannah and she's turning red. And I looked at my partner and he's nearly dead. Wake up, dead man, help me drive my road. If I can't go with you, I'll have nowhere to go. One of these mornings, and it won't be long, you're gonna call me, and I'll be gone. One of these mornings, and it won't be long, you're gonna call me, and I'll be gone.
Marshall
That one
Sidbury.
hit just right.
I'm
Thanks.
digging all this music tonight.
Yeah, it's maybe it's because spring break is coming and I'm fixing to go on a trip, but this is traveling music.
Totally.
Yeah, it's the kind of music that you listen to on the plane or in the train car that reminds you, yep, you're on your way.
So
No
all that
hurry, have
stuff
a
she
snack.
said about a stay-in song, just forget
Yeah,
it.
never mind that.
No, it's really like this is really solid traveling music. It's that kind that there's not a lot of traveling music that's being made now that is at this pace. It all seems kind of frantic to me.
We're
And
in a
it's-
frantic society.
Yeah, and it's not always super enjoyable to listen to, but something about this just is hitting me right. And I hope it's hitting our listeners right. And I hope you go to Bandcamp and buy Marshall Sidbury's, whether it's on Bandcamp Friday or whether it's now, go buy his stuff. It's good stuff.
Do
Thank
it.
you.
Do it. Buy 3 or 4 of them. Give them to your friends.
And more is coming at the end of this year. Do you mind us asking, are you recording your own? Are you working with a team of producers and folks?
So this one I'm recording in New Orleans. With,
You're recording in New Orleans.
yeah.
It's a bit of a commute.
That's badass.
Yeah, so it's it's taking time to go down there and do it. But
It
yeah, just
doesn't sound
just
terrible,
some
though.
Friends of mine. down
So
in New Orleans.
yeah, this will be solo, or you'll use musicians down there?
Yeah, I'll use musicians down there. Yeah.
Nice.
He's going to come back and all of a sudden have a Zydeco album.
That's
Beads, you'll be
maybe
wearing
so.
beads.
About staying. Maybe that'll be next.
See?
Yeah.
Don't stay in New Orleans, though. We need you in Durham.
Okay. Yeah.
Or, as we say,
I do love New
Durham.
Orleans though.
Well, and by the way, you're a relative newcomer to the Piedmont of North Carolina. Have you chosen a college basketball team yet?
Oh, good Lord.
What?
Bob hasn't been out of the house for 2 years, and we
I
apologize.
suppose I'm partial to the to the Tar Heels.
That's
Okay.
a good
It's a
call.
good answer. We will not throw him down the stairs.
Right.
I'll be going here shortly. Well, Tar Heels did acquaint themselves. Is that how you say it? You played a good game
They
yesterday.
acquitted themselves.
That's it. Acquitted themselves beautifully yesterday.
Wait, are they out of the?
No, they're
they-
still in.
okay.
Yeah,
They-
they
they-
won by like 30 or something.
Yeah, to
Marquette, who beat them last year.
a 1 seed higher or 1 seed lower. It's supposed to be a pretty even match game.
Yeah.
Duke is up 15-4 on some high school.
Really? Little Sisters of the Poor.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, well,
Must feel good beating those guys up.
I didn't want to know that because I recorded it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So don't
Well, it's only like
don't
10
give me
minutes
any
into the
more
game.
updates.
Marshall, can you save us from talking about college basketball by playing us a song?
Yeah, sure. I can do another. Be glad to. All right.
And by the way, we're Marshall. Y'all stick around after the live stream. Marshall becomes a guest radio host, and he has a fantastic set of songs he's going to play for you in the last half hour of the show.
Yeah, I'm looking at the playlist. You have to stick around for this. It's really good.
Cool. Thanks. How much time do we have left?
Got about 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do this one.
Yeah, we don't have a hard stop exactly at
Okay.
the bottom of the hour. It's your show. You can do whatever you want to.
All right. I don't know if this one's about staying or leaving. It's kind of about staying. It's called Bring Me a Drink of Water. So I guess I'm staying long enough to get my drink of water.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
If that steam digger keeps on breaking down, I'm gonna jump in the river and drown. Hold your hands up in the air, stand up and testify. In the darkest hour, I show you why. Won't you bring me a drink of water? Been out in the sun all day. Won't you bring me a drink of water? Ain't nothing left to say. Left me sitting here by the river in the sand, trying to break these irons off my legs and my hands. Hold your hands up in the air, hold your solid rock too. In the dark night, I'll bring it to you. Won't you bring me a drink of water? Been out in the sun all day. Bring me a drink of water. Ain't nothing left to say. Right, my mother, the shape I'm in. Don't tell her the places I've been. Don't send for the doctor, it can't do no good. It's my own fault, mama, I didn't do the things I should. Won't you bring me a drink of water?
Yes, more Marshall Sidbury. I'm definitely feeling the blues on that one. That one's a yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, when you're traveling yourself, which it sounds like you do a fair bit, what is your traveling music?
I mean, I don't. I guess I don't really distinguish for traveling.
So you don't just drive to New Orleans and put NPR on and listen the whole way?
Like Bob.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sometimes. I guess, yeah, it just kind of depends. I mean, I guess a lot of the music that I like is about traveling, like, like blues and
Right.
stuff is about traveling, and, country music and, folk music. Jazz is nice when you're on a long trip, too.
It really is. Because when you're listening to something that's at that pace, I've noticed that when I listen to, because I like metal also, but I have to be really careful when I listen to it when I travel or I'll press the gas too hard.
Speeding tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do
which
that
I
anyway.
I don't speed, but when I'm listening to that, I'm like,
Right.
get all ragey and
The people beside you on the plane, don't want to be listening to metal with you all the time.
no. But you're right, jazz and blues is great because you're just tapping your foot and getting good gas mileage. So we do have time for like one more song.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, cool.
If Marshall is willing to play one more song.
Yeah. I'm glad to do that. All right, yeah, I'll just do one I don't have to retune or anything for. This one is called Night Turns Today. This is on the last album that came out called Late Eclipses. It came out in 2020. So it is on Bandcamp if you want to go pick it up.
Do it. Buy it on Bandcamp.
Times you've been down this way before. Don't see you laying around my door. Night turns to day, but you can't see the line now anyway. Every day to tie you to a ball and chain. In the burning sun and in the freezing rain. Night turns to day, but you can't see the light now anyway. Living nine behind iron bars. Lay your head on the bed made of stone, and the world keeps spinning around while you're standing on that same old piece of ground. Night turns to day, but you can't see the light now anyway. No, you can't see the light now anyway.
Oh, they just keep getting better and better, y'all. You have been listening to Marshall Sidbury here on Pass the Hat. Get out to his website, buy all of the music, find out where he's going to be playing live, go see him live, and tip heavily. MarshallSidbury.com, Marshall with 2 L's. Sidbury is Sidbury. And stick around because although the live stream is going to end here in a moment, Marshall's going to be our guest radio host for the next half hour. And Marshall, while I get ready to close down the live stream and you wave and say goodbye, could you tee us up the first song? Tell me what I'm playing and kind of give us an intro?
I think the first one is Memphis Minnie.
Yes, it is.
Is it like Rooster Blues?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Cool, yeah.
We'll play it. Wave goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody.
Well done.